Alright, welcome back to another gun build in Modern Warfare. Now today is something that I'm going to show you that is going to blow your freaking mind, or at least mine. It is actually a pretty dang good gun. The Origin 12 shotgun. People know it as the most trash gun in the game when it comes to shotguns for like the time to kill. The lowest range out of all of them, I believe, aside from the, what was it? The VLK Rogue deal, or VLK Rogue shotgun. But this shotgun is semi-automatic. Everyone knows this, to where it shoots a lot of rounds in a pretty good amount of time, but also makes it to where it has to have at least a guaranteed two-shot kill with the buckshot. However, when you put on slug rounds, this gun turns into one of the most broken things you may ever see, and it is actually really dang good in multiplayer. I want to go over just shooting bots and stuff, kind of show you how it works, but there's a bunch of stuff that goes into this gun to where it is insanely good. So let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, ammunition, we want to get the 8-round slug magazine. Now, right off the bat, when the gun, not only that it shoots faster than most shotguns, I think it's only like really outperformed when for the, what was it, the AA-12 shotgun, which is a fully automatic, but it has also like an open bolt delay. So that's the only thing that really beats it in terms of fire rate, but this thing, it's pretty solid. It does make it to where it's semi-automatic, so it's a lot easier for you to control your recoil, but it also makes it to where it can shoot faster and have a pretty high chance or high time to kill, so it gives you a bit of both like good things out of that. So obviously we want the 8-round slug magazine, and since it shoots out a lot of rounds, or like when you can put on like a 25 round drum mag, you want to get as much shells in as possible because you're going to need a lot. So this gun has a really low reload speed. I don't know what it is, but for when it comes to numbers and stuff, but when you can put on reload quickness, it is insanely fast for this gun. I believe it's at least below a second. So yeah, so this gun not only has a pretty solid reload speed without sleight of hand, it's pretty solid for being a semi-automatic shotgun. Now, as you all know, when you put on a slug round like on a Model 680 pump action or the 725, it gives them at least a more of a sniper rifle kind of damage profile. Like when you actually shoot someone with it, if you're hitting them in the upper chest or something, it's going to kill them in one shot. Now the Origin 12, since it is a semi-automatic, it does take more shots. It's still the two-shot kind of kill from longer ranges, but there's a certain point to where it's like one-shot kill, like with the buckshot and stuff, it's really low. But when you put on slug rounds, it extends it to being about the same as like the other base shotguns. So you have a one-shot kill potential in a pretty reasonable space with the slug rounds. Anything else outside of that, it's at least a two-shot kill, which is also pretty solid for a semi-auto shotgun. And I'll be going over that. So the build that I want to do is like go to the barrel. I'll get the longest barrel that will also increase your one-shot kill potential up close. And since it is a shotgun, it's going to have a better sprint out speed and such because you're usually shooting it from the hip. It has a lot more sprint out speed because it's just faster. That's what you want to shoot at. It's meant to shoot from hip firing. Now what you can do after you put that on, you probably go to underbarrel, put on the commando foregrip. Now this will give you recoil stabilization so it doesn't bounce all over the place. It helps you out with vertical and horizontal recoil. So that gives you the best of both worlds there for recoil control. The muzzle, you can probably put on a monolithic if you want to, or a choke. I prefer the monolithic since it gives you that sound suppression. And from there you can either do a bunch of other stuff, like you can go to the laser for the 5 milliwatt so you can get that sprint to fire speed and get the shot off, because the slug rounds actually do have a pretty good hip fire accuracy to it as well. So you can put on 5 milliwatt laser to increase the hip fire, or you can go to stock or anything, or if you want to make it more of like a sniper rifle, you can put on a scope. The scopes only go up to 3.25 or 3.5 times zoom, which is the highest you're going to get out of it. That's like the marksman rifle kind of medium range scopes. But what I was running is the monolithic suppressor, the forged tack impaler, commando foregrip, 8-round slug rounds, and no optic, and the 5 milliwatt here. If I wouldn't be running the monolithic, I'll be running a stock, either the no stock so you can aim down sight faster with it, or the aim down sight, or the forged tack dart stock to give you that aim down sight speed without hurting your recoil. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the monolithic to extend that one-shot kill range for your gun. And for the bots, I'm just going to put down about 2 right there, just on recruit, because I put in 8 instead of they'll melt me if they all group up, so that's fun. So yeah, I'm just going to go into the game and I want to show you this. But what this gun is really banking off of is the fact that it's semi-automatic, and it also has that one-shot kill for the slug rounds. It's also still a 2-shot kill. A 2-shot kill with a semi-automatic shotgun in the game. Now, it would make sense for the Model 680 or the 725 to get one-shots kills because they're a lot slower. You know, it's like a one-shot pump back or you know, easy, kind of like that, you know. It's a lot slower. This thing is a 2-shot kill, semi-automatic. So it, okay, well they didn't go that way. That's fun. The sprint to fire speed's already bumped up a ton. Oh, I say that I got a hit marker. I shot him in his arm. Right, so you have to hit him in at least the body though. The limbs don't really get a multiplier there, but I did not mention that. But yes, if you can actually hit him in the body, I mean, you can probably put on stopping power rounds and make that 2-shot a 1-shot if you want to from the longer ranges. So I'm just saying, this gun's broken. If I can actually get a good kill off of somebody, probably putting in 2 bots was not a good idea, but
Enemy at the center.
there we go. Like that. From right there, that was a 1-shot. I missed a ton of times because I'm trying to follow up with it, but from right there, that's a 2-shot. That's a 1-shot from that range with the gun. This is what I mean. It's broken as can be. Now, why people never use this at the beginning of the game? It's because slug rounds have went through a large amount of reworks to make it better, or buffs rather. Because, you know, you need a bunch of attachments to make it more accurate at longer ranges, especially for a gun like this. And so people really steer away from it. That's just on me. I just suck. But so if this is in the hands of a better player, I mean, you're going to have a lot more fun with it. But it is fun as can be. What the really good thing about this gun is that the sprint to fire speed and the reload speed is already fast, because that's what you're trying to do for like the base version of it. It's not really meant to be an assault rifle kind of deal, or like a semi-auto rifle. It looks good for being one, but that's not what it's really supposed to be for. It's supposed to be like spamming a lot, killing a bunch of people, and just really raining lead, shooting lead down range there. Hey, look at that, that's a 2-shot from that range. That's a 1-shot from there. If you're aiming down sight, that's a 1-shot. So if you're aiming down sight, I didn't even think about that, but if you're doing that, you get yourself a massive 1-shot kill potential. Again, I shot him in the limb. That gave me a hit marker. You just gotta at least hit him in the body there. Gives you the 1-shot kill. This thing's broken as can be. I recommend playing with it. It is insanely good. It sounds good. If you don't want to run the monolithic to get rid of that weight, you can definitely run a choke. It'll work just as well. This extends the range and it tightens up your pellet or your slugs a little bit more. Now, you don't even need to use the longer barrel. I'm just using that to extend the range like to a really good range. You can probably use like the weird median between the two that doesn't give you a bunch of downsides, but gives you a reasonable boost as well. And that will make it to where that you're a little bit more flexible in both areas. So this is kind of just like the spam build, but with a longer range kind of deal with a relative fast like movement speed to it. Now, this is how fast it can shoot. It's really solid. It can get a lot of rounds downrange. Now you're only stuck with the 8-round magazine, so you don't really have a whole lot in terms of like stock ammo. But what I do to counter that, I would probably run with like another shotgun to be for like the actual up close, like with rounds and stuff, or like the buckshot deal. And you can go with like slug rounds for like the Model 680 here, or you can run the buckshot if you want to. But I guess like you can run like another shotgun or something with slug rounds in it and make it to where it's a lot better there. Let me see if I can just deck it out. I don't know, put it on like the stock there. And put on, let's see, fully loaded. So you want to put in the slug rounds for the Model 680. That will give you 10 shells already in the gun, so it'll actually stack on that with fully loaded, and that'll give you a ton of stock ammo. Now it doesn't actually do this here because they're using a different ammo type. I said the hipfire accuracy was good and missed a mine that was just a couple feet in front of me. But now you can see you have a 48 round deal here instead of like 36. So it does give you a little bit more rounds in there. If you do want to add anything else to it, you could probably put in the what was it? You can put in probably like the R90 shotgun. So if I go over here, probably that actually might have a little bit more shells that you could put in, because I believe it holds like 8 on its own, maybe. Fully loaded. I'm just kind of testing it out right here, but I'm just showing you. This is what I mean. Like, you can get a pretty good amount of stuff out of this. Nope, so it's about the same. 48 seems to be the max when it comes to, at least for a private game. When it's in actual multiplayer, for some reason, I don't know why, but the custom games, they don't actually give you the most amount of ammo. I'm sure it would give you more. This one holds 14 already in the guns, so this will definitely give you way more than the pump action or the Model 680 there. And it's also, you know, a 2 burst like that too, so it can actually be a really good secondary if you want that as well. That's going to require overkill and stuff. So yeah, so this is a really good gun. I highly recommend it. It looks good, it shoots good, it sounds good, has that 1-shot kill, a 2-shot kill from longer ranges. It has a pretty solid time to kill. No one ever used this gun because the actual slug rounds were hot garbage at the beginning of the game, and that's just how it is. But now it's been buffed up a ton, because it used to be you had to have like a choke and stuff like that to make it to where the slug rounds actually shoot straight, because they would like veer off to left or right, and it would just made it really frustrating for anyone to get a kill, and the bullet drop was really low. Now it's not really that bad. This thing actually shoots pretty far. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This one's a little bit longer because I was trying to go over a couple other things with it, but yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, you can always like it if you want to. If you want me to do any kind of gun builds that you've seen that are interesting, or if I haven't already covered, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, because I'm really up for anything. And
Enemy at the warehouse.
I'll see you guys in the next one.